Welcome to hole number 1 of this blast-off tournament. We're starting here with the par 4. Now, I've got only a katana here, max top, max right, and my extra mile level 6. So, I'm going to make this adjustment at 20% max, and I will push this one back up to maximum. There's a few variations you can make here when playing this shot. You can use a higher power ball to use less overpower, and it will, of course, as always, on every shot, depend on the tournament win that we actually have to play with. So there's my little push up. Now, I estimated about this much overpower and a tiny little bit of right curl there. However, I used a little bit too much and or a bit too much topspin. I'm inclined to keep the topspin the same and just be a little less heavy-handed with that overpower. Make sure you're hitting perfect if you wouldn't mind. So nice line here on the pin, but just a little warm. Coming in quick, but you can see from back here, this is a very makeable shot. Good luck, guys. We'll see you on number 2. Hole number 2, I love this hole. I mean, not romantically, but I really think it's a great opportunity for us to start the tournament with the drop. I'm playing here with a short iron, about 0.8 top. So I end up adding about a bar of right spin here, or like 1.2 right. I think a navigator ball in this situation would probably suit most players just fine from the front tee. Check that second bounce between the rough and the fringe. I have in my notes, second bounce 1 ring before the fringe. So it's kind of how I'm playing it. 20% maximum adjustment here works out very well with this 3.7 cross tailwind. It's always going to be different. You know how it is. I'm like a broken record talking about the wind, but that is the biggest changing variable, and it really affects the choices that we make. So play it according to your clubs, your balls, but baby, you better hit perfect. Let's go. We'll take that HIO. I'll see you over on number 3. Hole number 3, we're coming into this long par 5 with an extra mile and a Titan. I got 2 left and about 1.5 topspin here in my note. Playing it at max distance, straddling the rough on either side with those red rings to kind of give it a little bit of great proofing, if you will. I do recommend hitting perfect, though. That is in the notes, okay? However, with this light wind, it's okay to give it that much topspin. Just be aware, if we have a heavy tailwind here, you're going to have to be cautious. You don't want to go long here. If you get into this rough at the end of this first fairway, the chances of getting an eagle here are much, much, much lower. The idea with the second shot then is, if you have enough distance with the ball and club choice in your bag, we can reach directly over. You may need to use some overpower here, and or you may need to lay up on that second to last fairway. It all depends on what you've got in your bag. However, this little rough bump here from the side with about 1 top, 1 left, adjusted at 20% max is a great way to get this one to the green. Sometimes I give it a bit of curl, sometimes not, but definitely a viable path. You'll see here a little bump, roll, it kind of curls to the right. Give it a little more left spin there. Give it a chance. Hole number 4. Now this par 3, this one is a little bit funny. It looks so easy, and this is a very easy way to play it. I'm going to play it with 1 right and about 1.5 backspin, 20% max adjustment, and literally any back spin shot here with a long iron, and you can just get it to the pin. However, all of the landing positions around this green are very uneven, and because of that, it's quite difficult to dial in a really consistent shot like it is on the first par 3. So take that into consideration when you choose how you want to play this shot. I'm showing you 2 methods. This one, I call it the bounce up approach, if you will. Obviously, because we're going to bounce on this fairway and then directly onto the green and hopefully get it into the hole. Spoiler, we're going to miss just slightly. But this is a cheap ball and club combination, and I don't think a ton of players from the front tee are going to be dropping this one with any major consistency. However, as you can see, that is absolutely droppable there, and I'll show you another technique. All right, so hole number 4, take 2. This time we're going for a rough bump. Because of that, I do elect to get that Kingmaker ball into action. You see 3.5 top here, 2 right is not quite enough right spin to get us there. Katana ball might also be an option here, so keep that in mind. 3.5 top, 3 right then gives us a nice little line on the pin. You do see how glitchy it is there. That's kind of what I'm talking about as far as the landing positions around this green. Adjusting the shot here, 2.2 rings with 40% max, giving it our best possible shot. This is such a low wind, and I think maybe with a little bit nicer wind, we would have a bit of a better chance at getting this one to go. However, couple of different ways to play. There are multiple others that you could choose from. You could bounce on that strip of rough right in the middle. But as you can see, we're getting very close, and I know we can get even closer. Good luck. Hole number 5, par 4, coming at you here with the conservative right-hand root, something I think that every rookie player should do if they're not comfortable in this game or they're just getting started. 2 bars of left spin, and I've got about a half a bar of backspin here just to really control it into this corner. There's not a lot of fairway to work with there, and if you're not familiar with that low-level club and not having that full ball guide, you want to keep yourself safe. Not a big adjustment there, just a little bit into the wind to keep us on line. Do be mindful to hit perfect here. A bad great left, you could certainly clip that rough, and if you're really unlucky, there are a bunker in play. So up and over we go. You saw that bunker just briefly in our sight, but we're going to leave that one behind us and move ahead to this second shot. Now, second shot, it is going to vary the distance depending on how you bring it in, but I've got this short iron. I check it out, I'm like, yeah, good enough for me. Mid, it's going to be. So I like to have that yellow ring touching the fringe and landing right on the green. That's often the flattest spot, and it's going to give you a nice, consistent outcome. So it's going to be like 2 to 3 bars of backspin, depending on the wind you're working with. And I give this one a 0% medium distance adjustment. So clean little pull here. And these days I use that yellow ring for adjusting as per Mr. Tommy. But you know what? With these low winds, you can kind of get away with it a lot more than you will at the highest levels of the game. Needed a bit more backspin, but we'll take it. I'll show you from the middle path now. All right, so hole 5, this time I didn't chicken out going down the middle. Easiest with direct tailwind, but still makeable here in a crosswind. As you can see, we're just a tiny bit short with that setup. So what I want to do here is I give it a little bit of backspin so that it's not going to go crazy when it hits that pad. And it ends up being 2 bars of backspin, 1 bar of right spin. So you see I need about almost a ring of overpower there. So we're going to make our 4.2 wind adjustment with the 10% max elevation. So I'll just give our nice little ring pull here. And I can tell I'm already at max distance there. So I give it just that little extra bit of overpower to just make up for that missing distance. And if you can hit perfect, this one should put you in a very nice position. The thing I like about this is it gets you closer to the green. And of course, when you're closer to the green, you get to use closer to the green kind of clubs. In this case, that means a wedge. Now, I have an end bringer there as a recommended. Of course, you see me playing it with a Firefly. These two at these levels play very much the same. So I play this as a 20% max wedge. I don't use any spin as per the end bringer school method. Thank you, Jared. And just get that ball guide to the pin. In this kind of wind, you want to make sure it's well into that pin. Don't leave it short. There's no need to do that to yourself. Make your adjustment 20% max. Clean and easy is the way to do it. So even if you're just using the take shot button, you don't have to have that grid. I do have some videos on my channel in the playlist section though, if you're looking to add something to your Apple setup without any hacks or jailbreak, which I recommend anyway because I love it. But we get that boom, baby. Okay, so hole number 6, this is blast off time, quite literally. I've got the top spin ball here. I never recommend doing this kind of thing in rookie, but really here, it makes such a difference towards getting the albatross that if you've got one, absolutely use it, okay? If not, just bring a Titan. You don't really need to go crazy, or maybe a Zerk, you know, you could give yourself a little more reach on the fairway, max top spin, and just the right amount of overpower depending on the wind conditions. If we had headwind here, you might have a bit of trouble, but let's just hope for some good wind. Let's hope Playdemic wants to play nice and just let us give her here. See how nice and far you can reach. Even if you're half this distance, you're still going to put yourself in like a short iron distance range or maybe long iron at worst. So this is a really albatrossable hole. And that's it, 20% method here. And of course, don't forget to have the Power 4 numbers in your app or whatever ball it is you're playing. So it can absolutely be done with less, but I want you to see it's a huge advantage here to have a wedge play for albatross. To me, if you can put yourself in that position, then it really does become very, very valuable to use that special ball. So I know it's rookie, but this is a game, and I think that this is the best tool for the job. So I'm going to let you know how I feel about it. So clean, perfect hit. Boy, that's an easy Albie. I'll take that one all day and every day. We'll see you on number 7. All right, so hole number 7. This par 4 is the only par 4 in the game that I have ever gotten a hole in one. Max top, about one right here with the extra mile and a Titan. This is certainly another circumstance where a higher level ball will make this shot even easier. This is a must-make eagle. Absolutely, because everybody's going to be trying to get the hole in one here. So mind the wind, hope for tailwind, and make your 10% max adjustment here. Easy does it, clean. Bada bing. I don't know. Now I just use the yellow ring for everything. But push it to maximum here. We are trying to get that distance. And I had calculated just about this much overpower in these circumstances. I might call that like 75% or something. Or 5 rings of overpower. But, you know, this one is a lot of fun. I love this course for shots like this. It's what right at the beginning why I did say I like this course so much. I think Nalmehe Cliffs is, oh boy, look at that line. Just a little short, baby. We'll see you on the next one. Hole number 8, this par 3, I'm trying the direct approach here. Because of this wind, it works out well to have a max distance long iron. I go at it simply with this Goliath and a Navigator with 1 bar of backspin. It might even be like about 0.8 there, give or take. The idea here is that these clubs that I'm playing with at this level, I don't have very good backspin to try the backspin shot off the back slope of the green. So what I was working with here was this direct approach. Now, I played this shot that you're witnessing here at 10%, but you're going to see how much we miss it to the right of the pin. And what that tells me is that we severely underadjusted the shot. So I would play the second time through with an additional 10% of elevation in this crosswind, hoping that we could get just a little bit closer. But I like the technique. I like the line, the amount of weight on that shot. I think we'll make this one a close one. All right, welcome to hole number 9, the final hole of this blast off tournament. I play here with a Titan and an extra mile because of this right to left wind. If this was left to right, you're not going to have enough curl with these low level clubs to get past that bunker. So I give it then 2 top, 2 left, and we're going to give it maximum left curl. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me watching this video. If you're getting value from this, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to Erelic Gaming for more Golf Clash and other Clash gaming mobile content. So like we said, 20% here max on this adjustment. Max left curl. Is it just me, or is this the 20% tournament? It seems like so many shots here. I played it successfully with 20%. You know, you be the judge. So coming in here nicely, you know, you're going to see second shot. I play this with a minimum distance sniper rough bump. If you're not quite in that rough bump range, just go ahead and play it off that small pad. You'll see where the backbone sits. Otherwise, if I've got the rough bump here, I'm going to try to go for it. I like how it sets up. It's a bit glitchy. You might want to try using a little bit of side spin left, side spin right to see if we can get a little bit cleaner line. Probably going to apply right spin in this circumstance, but nonetheless, no spin on this shot. I think this gives us a very, very good chance. As you can see, that's only a sniper 6, and we do have enough ball guide to work with here. So keep that in mind. Always lots of options, lots of choices, lots of reasons to practice. I'm looking forward to playing this one live with you guys. Thank you so very much for checking out the video. Good luck in that blast off tournament. I hope you get your booms.